I'm still not sure about what's going on upstairs at Inter because, I mean, effectively the market doesn't open. Well, we know the market in Serie A won't open until September. But obviously there's a lot of stuff already out there. There's a Lautaro Martinez thing. So obviously if he goes, then they're going to have to spend money on a striker. And I don't know how much money they're going to have because it's not as if they can just spend Icardi and Perisic money on it because remember that was money they were supposed to get get last season. But they keep getting linked to Sandro Tonali, who I'm sure we all love and we all adore. What I don't understand is if there's an area of the pitch that I would have thought Inter actually are pretty well served with Brozović and Barella and Eriksen and Sensi. That's central midfield. Do you need to go and spend, I mean, they're talking 50 million or something, 40, 50 million for Tonali. Is this the old Inter, the one that goes and signs Godin for crazy money and stuff like that? I mean, have they learned anything?
I think it's actually a great investment if they go for it. Reason being is because, they'll get rid of Gagliardini, they'll get rid of Vecino. And I just think that for them, it's a case of creating the next Italian midfield. Just keep growing these guys together. I feel like Antonio Conte, if he has the different men available to him, he will rotate a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure that you can only just really focus on I don't know about Sensi, whether he'll get injured a lot. And Tonali is just this great talent that you don't really want to lose. I think that Marotta said this, in the interview with Gazzetta, that if Lautaro Martinez goes, a big player will arrive. He's already admitted to the fact that they like Sandro Tonali and that Federico Chiesa may be too expensive. But I do think that they want to create this Italian core. They want to push forward with this Italian team that has the belief, a little bit like what he did with Juventus. You don't think that's what it is? No,
if it is, it's wrong, in my opinion. I mean, because you're going to have a situation. If Lautaro goes, right, you're either going to get 110 million cash, great, then you can buy somebody. Or, more likely, you're going to get Barcelona's rejects in some sort of weirdo package, right?
Yeah, like Firpo for like 400,000.
Lautaro will be gone. Sorry, Lautaro will be gone. Alexis Sanchez will be gone, right?
Yeah.
Esposito's still very, very young, and I mean, Conte's not going to chuck an 18-year-old in there, nor should he, perhaps. So you're going to need at least 2 strikers, right? That should be your priority this summer. I just think they're going to run out of money, and they're going to end up getting stuck in either getting a free agent that's too expensive in a long-term contract, and you're going to get another Godin situation, or taking somebody else's reject on loan, which doesn't do much for you in terms of team building, especially vis-a-vis the way Conte wants to play, which, yes, it's all about intensity and running in midfield, but it's also a lot of coordinated movements between 2 strikers. And if Lukaku has to play with a different guy every week, it becomes more difficult for him, or every year, rather.
I agree with that. I personally, maybe I'm wrong. If Inter do accept a part exchange deal from Barcelona, I think it'll be a critical mistake. I don't think they're going to be that stupid. I think that's the one position of strength that Marotta has. But it's Marotta, okay? Yeah. So it's
but what happens if Lautaro says, "Look, I want to go. Let me go."
But
what do you do then?
Yeah,
sometimes clubs are able to negotiate those situations well. Sometimes they're not, and you're right.
Yes.
Like, it's possible that he's difficult enough as an individual. I don't know that I buy into the idea that Lautaro would be that stroppy. I think he's still early enough in his career that I don't see him behaving awfully, and therefore, as long as he doesn't behave awfully, you have some leverage. I agree with you. They need a forward. I personally really don't. I hope that Federico Chiesa becomes something fantastic. I do not see him at the price they're being talked about for him right now, 70, 80 million euros. I don't think he's proved he's worth that yet. So if they are going for a forward, I think Marotta might be right to sort of close that avenue down. Tonali's a great player. I think he's going to be something really important. I can see where Gab's coming from, that perhaps midfield is not your single most pressing area. You do need another forward, and forwards are expensive and hard to get, but I don't think it'd be a bad signing because he's just, good young players are good young players.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.